Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. Y'all know how the children are, and a lot of times we try to relate. The older people try to relate to the youths because we're trying to show them the way, the channels, so they can just be successful in life. But it's hard to reach them because of the music and the way that TV is influencing them. So you have all types of different environments that they are exposed to when we're not around. So you do your best to try to relate to them through the TikToks and the dances and the singing. And sometimes we miss the mark because we're trying to be so cool that we end up crossing the boundaries, and then the boundaries become gray area, and we're like, no, abort mission. So this is what happened exactly, and I want to share with you because I hate that this happened for this principal. Now I'm taking you to California. They know how to party. Now there is a controversial video that went out. I don't think it was on purpose, but it ended up going viral, of the principal, Robert Nunes, and he was a principal of Buhach Colony High School in California. Now, y'all know school has recently started. It's probably been in now a month and a few weeks for a few people. And in some states are just now at their 2-week, 3-week mark. But this school actually had a pep rally, as most do, welcoming back the students. Now, when I was in school, the pep rally, we had our mascot, our band, our drill team, our pep squad, everything. We came into the gymnasium. We had a good time so everybody could get in the spirits of getting back into school, right? Well, that's exactly what they did. Now, there was this scenario where the mascot decided to do like some dance moves around the principal. Now, I'm assuming the mascot and the principal had thought this out long before the students were aware, and they decided to spice this situation up, and this was where things goes wrong. Now, what happened was, out the blue, the principal sits down in his rolling chair, and the mascot just dances around the principal as he sits in this chair. Now, the principal was real cool. You could see he's likable because everybody was like, yeah! Now, the principal was chill. At first, he was just sitting in the chair with his glasses on, his little shades on. He was having a good time. And then next thing you know, it gets quiet. And then you hear Genuine Pony come on. Burp, burp, burp. Bro, if you're horny, and come on. Now, I don't know if the part came on in that part, but you know the Genuine song. If you know early 90s and early 2000s songs, you know what Pony is about. It's sexually explicit in a different way. Genuine had his big jeans on. He was giving us that with his tank top and his shirt open. He was telling you to ride it, my pony. Now, innuendally is a new word. You know what that means. Pony is pun for. So in this situation with the principal, he takes them glasses off, that song come on, and then he shoots this confetti pop right at the part where it's the most, intimate part of that song. And of course the mascot is dancing in front of him. It just wasn't given that you should have did it, sir. As a parent, knowing what that song is about, that just wasn't the right song for the audience you were entertaining. It wasn't the right confetti popping moment because it definitely gave sexual innuendo. Not saying you want to have, relations with the students. I'm just saying it gave that visual that you were at a strip club. That's what it was given to me. Because when I originally read the headline, I said, oh, principal dances with mascot. Okay, cool. I'm thinking he celebration, one of these, the sprinkler system thing y'all do. But when I saw the video, I was like, ooh, I hit you with that color me bad real quick. I said, ooh, that's not good. So it just wasn't the right thing to do. And then they ended up swapping, the mascot and principal swapped out, and that's when more dance moves were happening. And then, of course, kids had their cameras out because everybody got a phone. And then that's when it went viral because it was deemed as a traditional lap dance. It looked innocent, but it was given, like I said, it was in the ambiance of a strip club or bachelorette party. And those are high schoolers. We just can't. We can't have administrative staff doing anything provocative like that around minors because we know the minors already been exposed to it, but we don't need to show them that at school there's something they should be exposed to. That's just my view. Now, he was immediately placed on administrative leave, and the school district started looking into investigating the matter because when I say the internet will share something, it shared it, and it went fire. I mean fire. It went up, and people had so much to say. Just to kind of give you an idea of what they had to say, some parents was like, well, absolutely not. What's weird is weird. Somebody else had said, am I square, or was this just weird as F for a principal to do? And then someone else kind of came forth and gave some, comfort to it, to say, everybody's saying he's a good guy. He probably is. It was probably just a bad joke. And at the same time, it still doesn't make it any less weird. So a lot of people in a parental role said, The kids probably was like, oh, my principal cool, it's what, what. But at the end of the day, it's still school. So there's some, guidelines, code of conducts that you can't do. You can't tweed with the students like that, because if the students were doing it to students, they'll be expelled or suspended. So we can't be doing behavior that they'll get in trouble for, and it's okay if you do it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's what you want to do, sir. I know you're trying to be cool with the kids so they can be like, okay, but baby, that was just the wrong time and definitely the wrong place. Now, even though he went on leave, I was waiting to see what was next because the video was still trending. Now I'm here to tell you that he's stepping down, and his resignation is effective as of, the past few business days ago, which was September the 5th. And, man, it sucks because it sounds like he was really a cool guy. Like, it really sounds like he cared about those kids and he just wanted to be fun. But we as adults have to know we can't miss the mark, and we do have to pick the appropriate time and place. And the message that we're trying to relate to these babies, it can't be like, I just want to be hip and cool, because then the kids are going to think that they can do whatever they want, however they want, because you're giving them too much leeway. Like, I always tell my son, I ain't your friend. Like, I'm your parent first. We have a good time, but don't forget the roles. And that's probably what happened, sir. You were trying to be so cool that you forgot the role of principal. Like, you still have to discipline these babies, and you still have to make sure the parents feel comfortable that you're the person that's the peer they look up to. Like, I get fun is fun, but we got to definitely draw the line. But either way it goes, your position as principal is now open. They're looking to find somebody to permanently be the principal as they move forward to honoring your resignation. Now, I don't know what this gentleman's going to do moving forward. He has stepped down, so I don't know if that means he stepped down as his role at that same school, or he's just stepping down and go to another school. I don't know what's in store for him. I just know that they said the decision comes as a part of our commitment to maintaining a safe and respectful environment for our students and staff. Corrective action has been taken with all staff involved. And they said that video captured career-running moments, which was recorded by a 14-year-old freshman. And when everybody caught wind of that, that's when this went crazy, especially when that pop, that confetti moment happened where the lap dance happened, and that was the expression of ooh. Again, I think he was just trying to be relatable, and it just wasn't the right time or the place. I don't think that's his goal, is to intertwine in that sexual explicit way with children. But I just think being cool can go wrong, and we just got to make sure that we hold ourselves accountable. And we ask people around us, is this a good idea? And then when everybody be like, hell no, just say, hell no, okay? This is a ugly ass idea. We don't need to bring that to this school because we all gonna get fired. And I love when teachers engage with students, and students love going to school, because that's the place where they be the best that they can be. And so to you, sir, I hope that you are able to bounce back from this. The internet's gonna drag this out for a while, so you probably are a little embarrassed, and you're probably a little sad. You are, I'm sure, because just seeing how cool that they allowed you to be on the floor and welcomed you in shows that your character in general is from an endearment place. It just wasn't good timing, so it just wasn't good. Oh, man, you can always lose your job that you worked hard for just from one unthought out decision. That's why you got to think it through, baby. You got to look at the pros and the cons. You just can't look at the pros. But either way, we're not going to point finger blame. We're just going to take heed and let this be a learning lesson. Yes, but I am just a messenger. It's your girl Shaunie B, and if you're cool with your girl, go on fool with your girl. I need y'all to check out my website, Yes, www.shauniebeentertainment.com. Check out my fan gear. There's options to drop donations. No pressure to do either of those two, because I do genuinely see your likes, shares, and comments, and that is the warming thing that y'all do for me. Even though we never probably met, it's just so beautiful to see that y'all talk about me, brag about me, and all that. So for every breath that I have in my lungs, I'm gonna always tell you every video, thank you from my lips to your ears, because y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all come back, keep me company, and I really genuinely appreciate y'all for real. Everybody don't say thank you, but I just want to let y'all know I love that and I love y'all. But let's hop in them comments, man. It's so crazy because that relatable thing you do can also make these kids too relaxed, and then it'll dummy down respect, right? And so then they feel like you can't discipline them, because then they're gonna throw it back in your face. You the one showed me. So when you're trying to be relatable, you still have to be pure. You still gotta say, no, follow these rules. I'll let my guard down a little bit, but follow them rules up here. And we got to remember to always remain professional at all times. Even when fun comes in at the midpoint, we still got to govern ourselves accordingly. Because, baby, when it's time to read through the guidelines that govern us, we have to all be accountable, from staff to the students. There can't be no gray areas, or I can do this and you can't do it, because then people are going to feel entitlement. And then they're going to start feeling like, this ain't fair. We got to be across the board cutthroat, or everybody's going to do something at the wrong time. And then how can you have repercussions if you did it too? You know what I'm saying? We just got to know our role and stay in the lane that pays us. That's it. To that principal, I really hope that this does not drag you down mentally, because it's, again, the internet has it. And every time somebody types your name in, if you go get another job, this is going to pop up. And I don't want this to hinder you, because in the educational market, there's not a lot of people that are relatable to these students. And the fact that they loved on you the way that they did, and you got that position as a first-time principal at that location, shows you that you deserve the job. I just think that we all as individuals have to stop, drop, shut it down, open up shop, but we have to do it from a professional standpoint at all times. Okay? Very valuable lesson, and I hope that everybody, even if you're not a principal or in the education field, you apply a good idea, and then you break it down in increments to make sure you don't become an unemployed person with an okay idea because you didn't think it through. Think it through and run it by to make sure it's okay, because I do not want y'all to be in a position where you lose your livelihood behind a decision that just didn't sit right with everybody. Everybody across the board gotta be satisfied with this decision. It just can't be let's have fun all the time. You gotta make sure you still follow guidelines. But until next time, y'all, next story, and I'm out this piece.